Today we're going to review object-oriented programming and just demonstrate arrays by programming the classic game of tic-tac-toe, you know, those X's and O's game. So I currently have a class TTT grid. I've got a main with pretty much nothing in it, and join us and we'll code this game together. Get set up. Okay, so I'm going to start with our .h file, and we're going to add in a couple of libraries that we're going to need. IOStream for one. Now I can do using namespace std, right? That's what we've done before. That works, and that's great for beginner level coders. You're getting to be a little bit more advanced. So what you could do is you could start planning which items you're going to need from the std library and just use those. For example, we're going to use ostream. That way we could do an extraction operator overload, and we're going to do using std : endline. We'll probably do an endline. I think that's all we're going to be needing in this, but what that will do is instead of using the entire namespace, we're only using these two commands, so let's only include those. Okay, private variables, we need our grid, our tic-tac-toe grid, and we're going to put a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so they could type those particular values to enter in their items. And then it's going to put either an X or an O there, depending on what player it is. So because of that, I'm going to use a character to represent our grid. And that is going to be a 3 by 3 2D array. I also need a character to represent which player is going. Is it X's or is it O's? So char player. Now, rather than typing in a gazillion times X and O in single quotes, it might be nice to have that in as a constant. So I'm going to go back, review enums, and we're going to put in a constant for X. So I'm going to X is going to be equal to just basically the character X, but that way I don't have to type in all those single quotes every time I want to put in an X. Same thing with O. O is going to equal little o there. They're a single character, and these have to be in single quotes because they are single characters. You can't put strings in enums, but you can characters because technically they're just numbers, ints, I should say. Okay, so I've got all the private variables I need. Let's go and figure out what public items we need. One thing that might be nice is a size variable. In case I ever wanted to change my 2D array out to be something other than 3 by 3, I could just change my constant out, and that would change my whole program. Okay, I do need a constructor. Darn caps lock. There's my... I won't need any overloaded. I'll need to be able to switch players. And I'll need to be able to, let's see, move. Yeah, well, I guess I'll need to be able to move. Move is a keyword, so I'm going to say, how about select move? And it's going to take it's going to take the number. It says character, but they are typing in a number, but we want the number as a character. Those are actually two different values. Like 9 as an int has the value 9, but 9 as a character has some weird other value based upon the ASCII chart. Let's see, what else do you need to do in tic-tac-toe? So you type in an X to move, and then you switch players. Oh, you need to see if you've won. And then we do need a couple of getters for the current player. And let's call that current player. So I need to be able to get the current player, and then I do want to overload my extraction operator. So friend ostream ampersand operator lesson. And that takes the ostream as my parameter, and it takes my tic-tac-toe grid as a parameter. Okay, I think that's all we'll need in order to actually code this game. So catch us in the next video, and we will start coding the tic-tac-toe grid.cpp.